Dangerfield, Dangerfield. Hello Dragonis, we're fighting against the clock here. It's going to get dark, so my environment will possibly change, but my missus is on the way over. I haven't even had a shower yet. Now this might be a good thing because the last video was over an hour long. Now I've watched about a minute of this and I've seen enough to make me think it might be a good reaction. So let's wait. I mean, I smell like a polecat. Not that that'll affect you. I don't even know what a polecat is. Something my dad used to say. I suppose it's some kind of feline from the North Pole, maybe. But I'll no doubt pass that on to my children, and they too will be ignorant of their scent-based accusations. Let's go, Bosh! No sound. Great start. Let's try again. Now no picture. Here we go. Now we've obviously got some kind of technical problems, not helping things, but I've got to interrupt the music occasionally. She's reinvented the milkman, the milkwoman I meant.
Hello, my name is Anne Hempstock. I'm here to tell you about my new product, CREAM CUTIE, and I'm seeking £150,000 investment for 20% of my company.
Okay, so she's valuing her company at 750,000. I've done the maths before. This is where I stopped watching it. There's just something odd about her, which, you know, always tends to lend itself to something odd about the pitch.
CREAM CUTIE is an all-natural chocolate and orange wine-based cream liqueur.
It is the ultimate postmodern booze. I mean, how many things is it? Let's watch it again because I've already forgotten. Let's just see how many things she's got into that.
CREAM CUTIE is an all-natural chocolate and orange wine-based cream liqueur.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Can you? I mean, my memory's shot to pieces, but can you say everything she just said? You've heard it twice now. Type it in the comments. Have a guess. I can see I'm peeking on my microphone. Type it in the comments and see if you can get that line correct. If you cheat, you're only cheating everyone else. Continue, cream-based cutie polecat.
With no artificial ingredients, preservatives or E-numbers, which gives a much lighter and fresher taste sensation. When we looked to go into the cream liqueur market, we knew we had to do something totally different.
A very peculiar manner of diction there. It's like, I'm not judging her for that. We all have them. I've got many speech impediments that I do my best to conceal. She's ticking boxes, you know. This is like, oh, organic's popular, non-artificial's popular, this is popular, and obviously booze is popular. This is a box-ticking product.
Most people have a big
Mr. Khan ain't buying it already.
Bottle of cream liqueur in their cupboard. They've drunk half with friends, put it in the cupboard and forgotten about it. Our research showed that consumers wanted a smaller bottle size.
I'll tell you something quite interesting there, actually, and I learnt from it. There was I think some manufacturers of bread realised that loads of bread was being thrown away, and that wasn't benefiting sales either. And they realised that people just leave it out and it goes off. And so they made a package that halfway through, half of it said on the packet, freeze this half. So you take half out, chuck it in the freezer, and then you get through the other half of the loaf, and when that's gone, you get the bit out of the freezer. Oh, I've been freezing bread now for a good year or so. I really recommend it, unless you've got, you know, loads of kids and they actually eat. So that's not a good start. We are having technical difficulties adding.
Our research showed that consumers wanted a smaller bottle size. Most importantly,
everyone wants less booze.
Importantly, we knew we had to bring it in at the retail price point of $1.99, which is a great impulse.
It's an Alco milkshake. Remember the Alco Pop sensation? Just lemonade, piss cheap booze. Well, now you've got chocolate cream, chocolate, all natural chocolate orange cream liqueur.
By price
Alco
point
milkshake.
and great for a new product. We launched Cream Cutie at the Speciality Show in London last year. She's
Very oral. Yeah, okay. But you know, there's most of her expression is around the mouth. It's almost exaggerated. The top half of her face barely seems to move.
And Cream Cutie found its route to market through speciality shops, delicatessens, food halls and quality tourists.
And something like that would be exaggerated for sure by nerves. You know, I'm not suggesting that says anything about her or about her pitch, but they all look quite bored and quite awkward. You know, that kind of character is not great for pitching business ideas. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. I'm not judging her as a person, but as a pitcher, it's not that pleasant to watch.
Outlets. Asda gave me my first big break last month and have given me 7 stores in Scotland, with a further 31 coming online in September.
Oh, boozy Scotland. Get your Buckfast in. Make a Buckfast, what's the other one? VP wine. They like a bit of that up there. A Buckfast milkshake. I've been to Buckfast Abbey down in Devon, where they make the old Scottish cup of morning brew.
Spar Scotland are also taking Cream Cutie this Christmas.
Whoa, let's have a look at Theo's face there. Why, as I always say on these things, we don't do things by accident. Someone suggested that an expression someone made in a previous reaction, he said maybe it's just a habit. Yeah, maybe it is. But why? Why would a facial expression become a habit? You know, you don't just do something repeatedly for no reason. We choose to do these things. Look at what Theo does here. It's something going on in here, finding its way out of his face. His body is speaking when his mouth doesn't want to. And my computer is not speaking when my mouth does want it to.
First big break last month and have given me 7 stores in Scotland, with a further 31 coming online in September. Spar Scotland are also taking Cream Cutie this Christmas.
That is incredible. I'm sorry, I know you've heard riddle me this a few times, but just look at Theo.
Coming online in September. Spar Scotland are also taking Cream Cutie this Christmas.
Let's see if I can do it. I mean, let me know in the comments. What was that? What symbolic relationship has that gesture, that expression got to a meaning in this context?
Christmas. I'm seeking the investment to raise the profile of Cream Cutie.
So it's marketing spend, and she wants how much? 150,000. That won't touch the size. In the booze industry, 150,000 marketing spend. That's gone just hiring staff. If that, you know, just hiring them, not paying them, just getting them on board, a decent marketing company, that's 150,000 done.
Would you like to try some?
Well, I would. Why not?
Oh, Duncan's stuck up for his country person. I would.
Okay.
Let's try some.
I didn't stick up for my accents.
Anne Hemp.
Awkward looking fake smile from Jonesy there. It looked like from the eyes up. If you cover his nose and mouth, it's quite a terrifying eye action there.
Stock is confident she can build a successful drinks brand around her Cream Cutie chocolate and orange cream liqueur.
I mean, just think of who you're competing with when you release a booze. You know, the booze companies are worth billions. You're knocking up this booze milkshake in your kitchen. No, I'm not having it.
If she can secure an investment of 150,000.
There are always unicorns. There are always unicorns. These anomalies that a very small production ends up being huge. It's become less and less as industrial processing and corporatism has expanded over the end of the 20th century and the start of the 21st century, but they do still happen. However, as an investor, are you going to Are you going to gamble on it being a unicorn, or are you going to go for a safer bet?
£1,000 in return for a 20% stake.
Hi, Anne. I'm James.
Hi.
And what's your background?
Oh my God, she looks terrified. And that's all right. You know, public speaking is some people's most frightening thing. You know, so I've had, you know, when I was doing stand-up, people said to me, that is my worst fear. Someone saying you've got to get on stage and make people laugh. That's their biggest fear. So she may be terrified. I mean, she certainly looks like it. And that's all right. This isn't her skill.
What sort of things
my background is I've already devised and sold on 2 brands.
Whoa, okay, okay.
One was a sugar-free drinks brand and the other was a vodka alcopop brand.
Oh my gosh, amazing, amazing, but I'd like to know what she got for them. Maybe there's more surprises, but a lot of big companies just buy up smaller competition to shut them down.
And I then brought out a whisky brand which is on sale in Harrods.
She's smashing it, although no numbers, but this is an amazing turnaround. So, as I said, the pitching isn't her strength, but she's certainly got some entrepreneurial chops. Based on what she just said, that can't be denied.
And I looked into the cream liqueur market and brought this one out.
Tell me how successful the other brands that you've developed have been.
The other brands, well, I sold the first one on. I moved on then
What did you get for that?
150,000.
I'm actually gutted. Oh, you know, I don't mind being proved wrong. I learned when I'm proved wrong. I learned something. 150 grand, you know. She probably put like 2-3 years work into that, working all hours God sends. 150 grand, you know. That's pittance. I'm sorry, it's pittance. I mean, you know, imagine that took 2 years and she paid, you know, do the maths. Oh, work the damn computer. Apologies, people.
I moved on then
What did you get for that?
150,000.
Did you notice that she avoided saying how much she got for it the first time round? Watch.
Successful the other brands that you've developed.
Right, he asked her how successful, he wants numbers, and she just tries to step over it because she knows it's pittance.
Have been.
The other brands, well, I sold the first one on. I moved on then
What did you get for that?
Yeah.
150,000.
Okay.
I then moved.
I mean, you know, that's good. She's earned some money, which is what we need to do in life to improve the quality of our lives in a certain respect. But it's not. It doesn't make this investment any more appealing.
Moved on to my.
If anything, it makes it less appealing.
My vodka alcopop brand, Wee Beastie, and I sold.
Go on, shock me.
That for 400,000 to a whisky company.
Okay, not bad at all, not bad at all. But we don't know what the profit was of that. That's a sale price, okay. But how much did she invest making that brand? How much? You know, what was the net profit of that? They should ask her. Whether they will, I don't know. Is it edited out? I don't know.
And tell me a little bit about the numbers. What sort of volume have you sold the product in so far?
No, I want the net profit. I want to know how much you spent on those other 2 businesses.
Sold about 70,000 bottles so far in 6 months.
What does it cost to make?
So what's that, about 11,000 bottles a month?
Does it cost a bottle?
The complete cost is about £1.
So what's your pound? What's your wholesale price?
On average, it's 120 a bottle.
20 pence a bottle. She's got to pay tax on that, corporation tax at 20%. That might be going up to 25 actually this year. She's got to charge VAT on it. I think they do in Scotland, I'm not sure. And she's got to pay for, you know, the wholesale price is terrible. That 20p margin she's created there will probably more than half. So when she sells to trade, I'd suggest she earns about 4 or 5 pence a bottle. Think about how many bottles you've got to sell to make real money when you're profiting 5p a bottle.
Sorry, so what's your cost you a pound? What's your wholesale price?
On average, it's 1.20 a bottle. I'm only making about, on average, 20p a bottle.
You're making 20p gross on a bottle.
Okay.
Anne clearly knows the business, but her proven track record has raised more questions than it's answered for Theo Paphitis.
How passionate are you about this?
Very passionate, or I wouldn't be standing here in front
You
of you
believe
just
in
now.
it?
Yes, I do, and I've proven it sells, and I think it can go further than it's gone at the moment.
So,
I mean, I'm impressed with this woman. She made a business and sold it for 150 grand. We don't really know how much she earned from that, but then she went on and improved her situation and took 450 grand. Again, you know, that 150 from the first business might have been swallowed up by the second, probably was swallowed up by the second business. But that's progress, that's improvement. And now she's trying a third one based on a knowledge of the industry, a knowledge of the area, and contacts she'd have made within the industry. Damn this computer. Oh, come on.
And I've proven it sells, and I think it can go further than it's gone at the moment.
so if you believe in it, why are you offering me 20% for £150,000?
Oh, boom! Is a fair point. It's a fair point. You know, 20%, a fifth of your business. If you think it's flying, and we know why, because they can open doors for her.
You've just admitted you sold 2 brands, so you've had over £500,000
Yeah.
you've had. So why are you going to share this great success with the rest of us when really you could put your own money into it?
Well, first of all, the over $500,000 over 10 years, which doesn't really work out at very...
Ah, there you go. Over 10 years, so 50 grand a year. Hang on, that doesn't even make sense. She said she sold them. Oh, okay, that's all she's done in 10 years, all right.
much. I've invested, when I sold the first brand, I used that to pay off all my debts and to give myself some security, and the extra cash I've put in.
Which, by the way, is an essential thing to do. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to get into investing or a business, pay off your debts first. Debts cost money, and they keep costing money, and they're a hassle and they're a pain. Get them paid off. You should not be paying off interest on money owed, and it's a stress. Sort that out first, and she's done that. It's a good thing.
Into this brand, and I'm here because I want the profile that a dragon can bring to the brand.
She's right, but this picture's died. At this point, it's just died. Theo asked the right question. The previous businesses were sort of, they suddenly seem very local, very sort of side hustle, and certainly not in the kind of area that the likes of the Dragons want to get involved in. My guess is she doesn't get if she does get an investment, it'll be one of those 45–50% jobs, but it's 150 grand. No, she's not getting an investment.
Well, I want the profile that a dragon can bring to the brand.
Anne's holding her own under a grilling about her finances. Now Peter Jones turns his gaze to the financial position of CREAM CUTIE.
Anne, I'm Peter.
Hello.
I want you to tell me why you justify your company being worth £750,000 when you make diddly squat.
It's a long time. I'm very passionate.
It's an absolute fair point. To value a company at £750,000, you've got to have a profit margin, of around 60%, and be turning over about 3 million. So that's pie in the sky. And she's about to say what they always say, I think in the future, and you don't buy someone's dreams. You don't, it's not, it can work, but you're then also having to hope that the thing you're buying is going to change. It's much better to invest in something that's already where you want it to be, to an extent.
It's a long time. I'm very passionate about CREAM CUTIE, and I'll hang on. And I've proven it sells.
CREAM CUTIE, I'm sorry, it sounds like a prostitute.
No, I actually don't care about that.
Well, that's the valuation that I would, that's the...
don't care about that. And yeah, fair point. I don't either.
The cost I would need if I had to sell it just now, because I think I've worked hard to produce the brand.
Yeah, you probably have, and it's not paying off, because if you've sold 70 grand's worth, did you say, or something stupid, the company's worth about 80,000.
I brought it to market and I've proven it sells, and I've got it into the supermarkets and I've got it almost there.
But it doesn't make any money.
But it will make money.
Oh, look at his oh, swerve-isant side face there. When people say they've got it into the supermarkets, space on a supermarket shelf is gold dust. You know, you know, those supermarkets want every single square foot of shelf space to be doing well. Now, you might get your product into the supermarket, but by the end of the month, if you haven't sold X million or X thousand units, they just, no, next, put the next one in. So it's not a permanent thing. You don't get a permanent deal, and very rarely will they give you a time scale either. You don't sign a contract. You'll be on our aisle for a year. No, it'll be once, unless you hit these targets, it's done. Duncan,
it's not all about making money now. It might be.
It actually is, though, at this stage of a business.
For you, but not for me.
You got told.
What?
You got told.
Well, I've never heard so much nonsense all my
You got
life.
told.
That's absolute rubbish. At the end of the day,
Peter Jones is worth about 300 million, and she's on the ponce for 150 grand.
you value a business based on its ability to make money.
Yes.
So if your company is not making any money and hasn't proven the ability that it can make money, you're worth nothing.
Well, it's the investment, it's the long-term investment for a brand. I brought every...
That again, that's not it's a long-term investment. No, it's not. It's an immediate investment. You want 150 grand. I kind of understand what she's saying over time, but why wouldn't they wait until she's proven that and then buy a stake in the business?
Every brand has to start somewhere. It just doesn't come
No, I don't-
unless you're a big company.
No, but what's the justification for your valuation?
The justification is that's the money I would look for if I wanted to sell it now.
And you wouldn't sell it. No one's going to give you that money for it. Why would you?
Nobody's going to buy it.
There you go.
Well, you're not going to buy it, but somebody else might buy it.
Why? You think there's idiots out
Because
there?
of the potential of the brand.
Peter Jones isn't convinced by Anne's rebuttal, and Duncan Bannatyne isn't going to let the issue lie.
You're looking for 150,000 for 20%.
Yeah.
It sounds like some sort of early 90s Jenna Jameson lesbian porn movie, doesn't it? Cream Cuties. I'm sorry, I just needed to get that out again.
And in 3 years' time, what do you think you'll sell the brand for?
£1 million.
Dreaming. This is just dreams at this stage.
And maybe, well, I said that was maybe a bit enthusiastic,
Well,
but I would hope that it would be at
So it
least...
might be less than $1 million.
Well, I would hope it would be £600,000 plus.
But these are just plucked out of the air. You know, it would be nice if it done that, and it could do, but there's nothing at the moment to suggest it would.
Well, if you sell it for £600,000 in 3 years' time,
Yes.
the investor who's got 20% and paid 150 for it will have 20% of £600,000,
Yes.
which happens to come to 120,000. So that
It's lost 30 grand.
Yes.
means we'll lose £30,000.
Yeah, well, that's why I said the million. Because of the-
To cover her back when it came round to the maths, amazing.
Well, okay, let's go to the million
Right.
figure. If I invest 150,000 now for 20%,
right.
right, and you sell it in 3 years' time for £1 million, I get
Yes.
Nose finger.
£200,000 back.
Yes.
Do you think that's good?
No.
If you put 150 grand on one of the S&P 500s for that amount of years, you're going to do better than this company. 50 is terrible.
But I'm hoping it'll be more than £1 million.
But you just said it might be 600,000. So far, I can lose £30,000.
I mean, I actually respect her. I respect her confidence. I respect her gusto. I respect the fact that she wants this to happen, so she's thinking it into existence. Because that actually motivates you. but not in this context. This is the wrong environment for dreams, for beliefs. This is an environment for hard numbers and facts.
I can make less than what I can make out the bank by getting up to 200,000, but there's some sky-high thing in your dreams up here.
How do you get if I sell it for $1 million, you only get 200,000?
Because I only own 20% of the company. You sell it for $1 million, you get 80%, 800,000. I get 20%, 200,000.
Minus tax.
Come on.
Look at that. Looks like it just came out of Sigourney Weaver's belly.
Well, I mean,
you're taking the Michael.
No, I'm not taking the Michael. I mean,
Isn't it interesting to see? Oh my! I do apologise, love. I'm going to leave it up though. I'm not apologising that much. It is lovely to see two Scottish people getting on a bit of banter because they feel a kinship with each other. Why? Because they are, and you can tell, and it's lovely. And as we know, a rare thing these days. But that is a terrible bit of pausation.
believe in the brand, and I might sell it for $2 million. You might sell it for $3 million.
And I think you spent too long in the alcoholic drinks industry. I'm seriously getting hacked off.
Oh.
Even if you...
That's weird. Did you notice how Duncan was being quite playful? Which is all right in this environment. What? Jones is getting hacked off. Oh, stop. I'll tell you why Jones is hacked off. Because Duncan is being the celebrity, he's being the star, he's making everyone laugh. And Peter Jones likes to be the alpha male. I mean that. Watch that bit again. He's hacked off, seriously hacked off. Why? This is all quite light-hearted. You know, she hasn't done anything that many previous pictures have done. Jones is hacked off because he was then subservient in the hierarchy to Duncan.
I'm seriously getting hacked off. Even if you do sell 600,000, 50,000 bottles a month, which I don't believe you're going to get to, but even if you did, you're going to make £8,300 a month profit, gross profit. Mm-hmm. It's a joke.
It's really disproportionately angry. And it's not just anger at Duncan being in the limelight, but it's because he needed something dynamic to shift the limelight onto him. He needed something drastic to make him the centre of attention.
Okay.
And credit to her, she's not buying into his drama. She's still smiling. And he won't like that because it relates us back to the previous discussion between her and Duncan, which was what Jonesy was desperately trying to make everyone forget.
I would be happy with that.
Well, of course you would. But she's still laughing and joking, and he's really having to hammer this home now. It's brilliant.
Okay. I would be happy with that.
Well, of course you would, but I wouldn't. So I'm out.
Okay.
Really unconvincing, really childish, really easily threatened character, Peter Jones there.
Okay.
And I'm actually insulted that you've come here today and
always jumps on Peter's back. Peter, I'm like you, Peter. I'm like you. You know, Meaden's worth about 60 mil, which is significant, but it's nothing like Jonesy, 350 mil, something like that. You know, she's now playing his game. Yes, I'm like you, Peter.
ask us at this level. I'm not stupid. I can do numbers.
Oh, where's this? This is really weird. Really strange and unnecessary. I'm going to cut in here the bit when Duncan and her were talking. And then Peter had to do his bit and Deborah just, hanging on Jones's suit. I can't think of the phrase. You know what I mean, though. Ridiculous.
You're asking us to lose money. I'm not here to lose money. I'm here to make money.
Oh wow! Yeah, you really hit it home, Meaden.
So I'm out.
Okay.
And in another pitch, and I've watched a load of these this week, she'll just sort of say, "I'm sorry, you're a nice guy, but this isn't an investment for me." But no, now she's playing along with Pedro. Ridiculous. How embarrassing for the Dragons today has been. Certainly those two. This woman's expression is actually kind of confused. Look at her eyes. She's sort of like, what's going on here? What? Why this sudden burst of anger?
Anne, I think I'd rather hit the bottle than invest in this because I would lose my money. So I too, now I'm out.
Just a reasonable little joke about hitting the bottle from Theo. As expected, and I would suggest that James Caan and Duncan will be equally sensible, mature, maybe even get back to the banter, the light-hearted banter that this situation actually deserves.
Devastating flurry, 3 angry dragons have declared themselves out.
This is how embarrassing. You know, these are meant to be top-end entrepreneurs. 3 angry dragons. It's like a nursery rhyme.
Is Duncan Bannatyne about to add to Anne's woes?
No, I think he knows on an unconscious level that those 3 have just deliberately, well, certainly Jonesy and then shirt tail, that's the phrase I was looking for, shirt tail hanger Meaden just needed a bit more limelight.
And I'm not sure if you misunderstood, but in order for you to give the investor his money back in this, you'd have to sell this company for £750,000 just to give the investor back his money. And I don't think you're even going to achieve that.
Okay.
You might achieve it, you might achieve £1 million, but it's still not a great return. I could put my money in the bank and get interest on it and do better than that. So this is not going to give him the return, and so for that reason, I'm out.
Okay.
There you go. That's all it required.
Anne's hopes of securing the £150,000 investment are fading fast. Will James Caan see enough potential to invest in her?
I'd be very surprised if he did, but James Caan, a very stand-up and solid guy, I think he'll be adult, he'll be mature, he'll be reasonable, he'll be honest, he'll potentially offer advice, but he won't be the arsehole we saw from Jonesy, because he doesn't need to, because he's confident in himself, he's confident in who he is and his relationship with himself and others.
And I've been very impressed with you. I think you've done remarkably well. You've built 2...
Incredible that the editors decided to zoom in on Jonesy. Let's have a look at that again. Look at Peter Jones. Look.
I've been very impressed with you. I think you've done remarkably well. Do you
remember that kid at school? He had a little bit more money than everyone else. He used to push people around a bit. And one day, the really snotty, sort of small poor kid in the corner called him out, and the whole class laughed at him. And he had that face, you know, the rug of his facade had been pulled out from under him. That's Peter Jones right there. He's seeing someone act like an adult should in such a situation. Let's have the audio, please.
Built 2 successful brands, and then you've made money out of them. And I think for you as an individual, I think you probably will make some money out of this. But I think with your own numbers, you've clearly demonstrated that you've overvalued the business.
Okay.
And for that reason, I'm out.
Well, I'll prove you all wrong. I'll be back one day.
That would be fantastic.
Fantastic. We
Yes,
will be pleased.
I will.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
A defiant Anne Hemstock.
And there you go, the lovely, if a little bit strange, Anne Hemstock. Let's see what happened to this company. Well, weirdly, there's quite a lot of stuff about it on the internet, but all the accounts are total exemptions, so you can't see any figures. The company ran for 13 years, but I did find this from the Anglo-Peruvian Trading Company, who are trying to punt this. They're based in London, and they've got the CREAM CUTIE brand there, so I imagine they bought it off her. I'll see if I can find anything else. Hang on. So I found this, interestingly, this is after the Den. She said she had it in 7 Asda stores, so that would have been a trial. And then after that, Asda agreed to stock CREAM CUTIE in all its 150 Asda stores in England and Scotland. Dobby's Garden took the drink into 11 of its food hall stores, and she expects to be selling more than 10,000 bottles a week following an announcement of a deal with Summerfield. So this was all a long time ago. So again, much like her first businesses, she probably made some money out of it, which is you know, the idea, in fairness. I won't take up any more of your time. I've got to edit this and get it out and have a shower because I smell like a polecat. Ta-ta! Thumbs up, subscribe, usual capers.
CREAM CUTIE.